Good morning, everyone. This is Social Currency, and I'm Duncan Gilman, the Dean of Students for Splash Media U. Social Currency is a program we bring you every week, the same time, Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific U.S. time. We also download the audio for this program and use it as a podcast under the same name, Social Currency. What we do each week is bring you questions and answers from our student base and from beyond. This week we have two great questions from our students. One of them is about advanced search fields in Twitter. We'll put some of the information on our blog so you can see what I'm talking about, but Twitter has a great list of advanced search fields, and you can go to twitter.com/search and then click on the advanced link, and you can see all the different fields that populate. You can use any of these advanced search strings in the regular search field on the Twitter homepage, but you have to know what that string is before you put it up there. So if you know Boolean terms like or and not, all those things that put together a Boolean search string, you can use those if you want in the regular search field, but it helps if you go to the advanced search on Twitter and you can enter one field at a time. For example, you can look for an exact phrase. So if you were looking for, say, people talking about how they're hungry because they want to go have lunch, and you're a restaurant, you may want to listen for people talking about how hungry they are for pizza. In the this exact phrase field in Twitter Advanced Search, you might want to try something like starving right now. So that'll pull tweets that say starving right now. Now remember, in this exact phrase, Twitter is only going to pull tweets that contain those words in that order. But that's why the advanced search field is so great, so useful, because you can also use fields like these words, or some of these words, or all of these words. So for example, this exact phrase has to have those words in that order, but the field all of these words can have those same words in any order. So it really helps to play around with these to find the best searches for you. Remember, something to keep in mind: the more fields you fill out in advanced search, the narrower your search results will be. So don't expect to fill out 4 or 5 different fields on advanced search and see a lot of results the first time. What you might want to do is start broad and work your way to a more narrow focus search. This is especially helpful if you're a local company. If you're a business who has customers just in one area, you might want to start out with a very broad search in terms of phrases and terms, and your region included in the place. So for example, if I am in the St. Paul area and I sell pizza, for using my pizza example, I may want to just do either pizza or lunch in my terms, like for example, in the field any of these words. Maybe I'll put pizza, lunch, hungry, starving, that kind of stuff. Because remember, you want to use colloquial terms. You want to use the way people talk. This is different than search phrases. So I may want to use those types of words in the field any of these words, and then choose my location as St. Paul. That way I can start with a nice broad search of anybody in that area typing any of those words. Then if I get a lot of results and I want to focus it in, then maybe I'll keep the St. Paul, but switch to this exact phrase of starving right now, or hungry, or can't wait for lunch, that kind of thing. So you might want to switch it up a little. But remember, again, the more fields you have filled out, the narrower your search results will be. So if you use this exact phrase, you should probably go back and, in most cases, remove the ones you had in the any of these words field, because this exact phrase will kind of supersede the other ones. It's going to be rare that you'll find this exact phrase plus this word plus this word. Same is true for the sentiment search. At the bottom of the Twitter Advanced Search, you may have seen the happy face, frowny face, and question options. These only multiply the focus of your search. It makes a really narrow search if you include these, which is fine, but be aware of that when you try to include more than one. So if you check the box for frowny face and smiley face, That is a small segment of tweets that includes frowny faces and smiley faces. Remember, it's looking for sentiment, and if you're looking for tweets that are both happy and sad, you may not find a lot of them, especially if you're also looking for terms and phrases and locations. So something to keep in mind. Keep it broad to start, then focus it in, and that will really help your searches. One more thing I'll touch on advanced search, actually just on regular Twitter search before we move on to our other question here. You can also save a search. It's very easy to save any search you do just in the normal search field. There's a save search link at the top of the search results page on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you go to the search field at the very top, type in your search, and remember, this is when you create an advanced search, it strings together that Boolean search for you. So for example, if you're using, let's go back for a second, let me back up and use our pizza in St. Paul example. Once you have that search results, page pulled up, you can simply copy and paste that search string that you see in the search field at the top and use it again. It will already have the whole Boolean search string put together for you. But if you want to save that search instead of having to copy and paste it, you can do that too. Again, as I just mentioned a second ago before I got off on my Boolean tangent, the saved search, or the search results page, includes a link, an option to save at the top of that results page. So you just click save. It adds it to a list of your saved searches, which you can get to at any time just by clicking in the search field at the top of Twitter. When you click in that field, it comes up with some recent searches, some saved searches, and you can manage those just by clicking the X in there to delete them if you don't need them anymore. But two things to keep in mind. Advanced search, start broad and then focus in, because the more fields you fill out, the more focused and narrow your results will be. Second thing, save a search, especially if you're not regularly using a publishing platform like TweetDeck or Hootsuite or Buffer. Save a search so you can come back and access the listening results at any time. Next question. Oh, this is a good question. This is about YouTube bulletins. You may have noticed as YouTube has changed its layout for channels over the last year or so, especially, there have been some interesting changes. Channels still work very well. What's nice in one of the most dramatic changes that happened about 2 years ago on YouTube is that channels have the same basic layout pretty much across all channels. So whatever kind of channel you operate, whether it's you personally or you just started it or you're a business trying to grow your channel, it really does look the same as all the other channels out there. There's not a lot of customization in terms of background and things, which is helpful in terms of giving your brand some consistency and helping it reach its potential without a lot of distracting elements that could be used by you or can be manipulated by larger brands. I think our broadcast here froze, but hopefully our audio is still coming through. The question is, what are YouTube bulletins? Are they still around? YouTube does still offer a way to reach out with a post to your channel subscribers. You may not even be aware that that's an option, that's a feature on YouTube, because it's not immediately obvious. The way to open up the recent posts to your subscribers is, at least on your channel itself, is to add the feed to your channel page. You can see your own feed at your username /feed. So if you go, for example, for Splash Media U, I would go to youtube.com/splashmediau/feed, F-E-E-D. And that shows you your most recent updates, which is videos, posts, any of that stuff shows there, including bulletins, which are just like Facebook posts, just like tweets. They come up that you can send a message to your subscribers. You can access those and put them on your main channel page. The way you access them is by going to the feed portion of your page with the address that I just gave you, and the way you display them to your subscribers is you go to your main channel page and add it as one of your items down the page. So you've probably seen that you can add a playlist, you can add featured videos, favorites, that kind of thing, as shortened lists, little highlighted areas down your down your YouTube channel. Bulletins or updates is no different. There's a section there that you can put in for your updates or your most recent activity. So you can show all of those updates and display them to your subscribers in addition to the fact that you still have the ability to send something to your subscribers, just a quick little update to say, hey, check out our latest video, or have you claimed our latest offer? It's a good opportunity for promotions and for cross promotions too, because there's not necessarily a video attached to it. It's just a quick little message you want to alert your subscribers to. That does it for today. Remember, you can always subscribe to Social Currency on iTunes. The audio version of this webinar is available as a podcast on iTunes called Social Currency. These are all posted along with additional tips and resources at our blog, splashmediau.com/blog. Thanks so much for joining us.